This just in. Have you ever forced your employees to train the exact same software that you are going to use to fire them? Well, according to an incredibly grim article in The Guardian, Jack Dorsey recently achieved this new level of corporate dystopian nightmare. The CEO of Block just ruthlessly cut his company's workforce by 4,000 people, almost completely in half, blaming the massive layoffs on sudden gains in artificial intelligence productivity. He proudly told shareholders that a significantly smaller team using these new tools could do more work and do it better. But behind the shiny, futuristic press release, the remaining employees are completely terrified, customer service is collapsing, and the actual software is making catastrophic mistakes. So before you decide to fire your entire marketing team and replace them with a language model, we need to look at what actually happens when you force a robot to do a human's job. To start with, though, why did Jack Dorsey actually fire half of his company? Well, he fired them because the stock price was tanking, not because the robots are brilliant. According to current and former employees, the massive layoffs were just desperate corporate posturing. Block had invested heavily in the unstable cryptocurrency market. Their stock had severely declined, and investors were rapidly losing confidence in Dorsey's leadership. So he executed a bold, ruthless move to completely reposition the company away from the toxic crypto narrative and toward the shiny new artificial intelligence hype. He claimed that the structure and management hierarchy of human beings was getting in the way and that he wanted the company itself to feel like a mini AGI. And it worked. The stock price immediately jumped. But how did he actually get the AI to learn the business? Well, he forced his employees to dig their own graves. The company did not just encourage the use of artificial intelligence, they made it a terrifying mandate. Management actively monitored which specific tools the employees were using, and evaluations included strict questions about AI proficiency. If an employee was not using the AI, their job was in imminent danger. The workers were essentially tasked with building and training the exact same tools the company was planning to use to replace them. As one former data scientist noted before quitting in disgust, it is nothing short of dystopian to force people to employ the very tools that are accelerating the disappearance of their own livelihoods. But can a robot actually do the job better? Absolutely not. And the customers are furious about it. Even the engineers, whose jobs revolve entirely around AI, are highly skeptical that the current tools can replace workers at this scale. While the software can write code quickly, about 95% of those AI-driven changes still require extensive human tweaking because they are simply not up to company standard on the first try. But the real disaster is happening on the front lines. Block started outsourcing initial customer support requests to automated chatbots, and it has been a complete nightmare. Why, you may ask? Because the chatbots are telling customers to quit. They completely lack human judgment and emotional intelligence. Internal surveys reveal that these new customer service bots are making incredible, catastrophic mistakes. When frustrated customers reach out with serious issues, the bots have actively told them to cancel or close their existing accounts as a potential solution. A human being understands that you never encourage a paying customer to leave. A robot just reads the manual and aggressively applies the most literal, destructive fix. The remaining employees are now stuck in pure survival mode. Their workloads have quadrupled, morale is in the gutter, and the AI is completely failing to fix the massive mess it created. Which begs the question, why is your human empathy your only survival strategy? because an algorithm cannot feel the pain of a lost client. If you look at the absolute disaster happening at Block, the lesson for your service business is incredibly clear. A machine can build a brick wall, but it does not understand architecture. It can read a policy manual, but it cannot de-escalate an angry client. When you try to replace your human touch with automated efficiency, you end up telling your best customers to permanently close their accounts. Your clients are already hyper paranoid about being handed off to a robot. If your marketing copy sounds like a generic, unfeeling chatbot, you have already lost the sale before the first meeting. So get my 5-minute marketing fix. It helps you identify the exact spots where your messaging sounds like Jack Dorsey's terrible customer service bot, so you can replace it with the undeniably human clarity your clients are actually willing to pay for. Stop losing sales. Download the fix now. You can get it for free in the description below, or you can go to strategicmarketingtribe.com/fix. But what about you? What is the absolute worst piece of advice an automated customer service chatbot has ever given you? I'll go first. I once asked a banking bot how to reset my password, and it aggressively suggested I apply for a loan instead. Okay, your turn. What did the robot tell you? Let me know in the comments. I'm Vicky Sidler from the Strategic Marketing Tribe, and I post helpful news updates for small businesses every day.